Hello everyone, today we're going to look at the rectangular coordinate system. It's also called the Cartesian Plane, and I'm sure you've seen it before. So it looks something like this. We have an x-axis, which is our horizontal line here, and it's called the independent axis. Yeah, I can fit it in. Independent. It is a number line, right? The middle is in 0, and then as we go to the right, the numbers get larger and larger, and as we go to the left, the numbers get more and more negative. The vertical axis is the y-axis, or the dependent axis. It is also a number line centered at 0. As you go up, you get larger and larger, and as you go down, you get more and more negative. So these two axes intersect at 0, 0, which is called the origin. Our points go x, comma, y. It's always the independent variable, then the dependent variable. It also is typically alphabetical. So x comes before y in the alphabet, so it's the x value, then the y value. You have parentheses around the two of them. So you'll always see excuse me, parenthesis, x, comma, y, parenthesis. So these two axes divide up our plane into quadrants, right? Quad because there are 4 of them. We start with quadrant 1, which has x positive and y positive. And then we move counterclockwise over to quadrant 2, where we have x is negative, y is positive. Then still going counterclockwise, quadrant 3, the x's are negative and the y's are negative. And then lastly, quadrant 4, where the x's are positive again and the y's are negative. Okay, this is going to be really important when we start talking about trig later on for the test 2 material. So you'll see this come up again. It's really important that you know what quadrant each point is in. So then what we're going to do is we're going to graph the following points and make sure that we put them in the right quadrants. So A is 2, 3. Both x and y are positive, so it's going to be quadrant 1. X is 2, y is 3. So that's right around there. It's a little off, but that's fine. Again, x direction is 2, y direction is 3. So that's A. B, negative 4, 1. The x is negative, the y is positive. That's quadrant 2. That's right around here. So B, we got negative 4, 1. For C, we have negative 3, negative 2. So x and y are both negative. That's quadrant 3. So negative 3, negative 2 is right here. Right. Again, x comes first, then y. So you move left and right first, and then up and down. D is 0, 3. 0 is the y-axis. If x is 0, you're on the y-axis. You're not moving left or right, and you're just going up 3. So that's right here. Next is E, negative 2, 3. X is negative, y is positive. Again, that is quadrant 2. So negative 2, 3 is right around there. Off a little bit, but that's fine. Okay. And then lastly, F, I don't have enough color, so I'm going to do a double dot here. So F is negative 1, 0. So now the y value is 0, which means we're on the x-axis, and we're only moving left and right, and we're not going up or down. So negative 1, 0 is right here. Okay. Notice I didn't have any from quadrant 4, but I could if I wanted to include another point. I could always change it and do, let's see, G. So my x's are positive in quadrant 4, my y's are negative. Okay. And again, I don't have enough color, so I'll do a kind of a double dot here. So x is 3, y is negative 3, and that's right there. Okay, so play around with this. Make sure that you understand what quadrant each point is in. If a point is on one of the axes, so D and F, sometimes we'll say it's between two quadrants, sometimes we'll say it's in both quadrants, sometimes we'll say it's not in any quadrant. So you can kind of, it gets a little tricky with the ones on the axes. You can basically call it whatever you want. I don't care if you call it in both or not in any. Doesn't matter to me. But if it's strictly in a quadrant, make sure you know which quadrant. And that's basically it. It's a fairly short section. So read through it, let me know if you have any questions, and good luck.